They vanished into storms long ago, yet their lights still shimmer across the dark waves.
Number 1. Phantom of the Everglades. Deep in the swamps of southern Florida, the Everglades hold more than gators and foggy marsh. Locals speak of a ship with tattered sails that silently drifts through misty waterways. No crew, no sound.
Did you see that?
They call it the Phantom of the Everglades, and stories of its ghostly passage have been told for over a century. The legend began in the late 1800s when a small schooner carrying smuggled goods reportedly vanished during a hurricane. Though search parties scoured the swampy maze, not a trace was found. Weeks later, hunters claimed to see a strange vessel coasting through the mangroves, glowing faintly in the moonlight before vanishing without a sound. It didn't sail by river, it drifted right through land and mist. Fishermen still tell stories of spotting a sail behind them, only to turn and see nothing. Others say they've heard music or whispers in the fog when no boats were nearby, and some, most chilling of all, describe seeing a pale figure at the helm.
It's out here. I know it.
To this day, sightings continue, especially on foggy nights in the 10,000 islands. Whether it's a lost smuggler's curse or nature playing tricks, one thing's certain: when the wind stills and the water is calm, you just might glimpse the Phantom of the Everglades silently sailing by. Number 2. USS Constellation. Docked in Baltimore's Inner Harbor, the USS Constellation may appear to be just a proud naval relic, but those who've stepped aboard after dark know its decks hold more than history.
On deck!
Launched in 1854, this warship served through the Civil War and saw countless sailors pass through her hull. Some, legend says, never left. Visitors and staff have long reported strange occurrences on board. Footsteps echo across empty decks, cold spots form in closed rooms, and voices call out with no one nearby.
He's still here, on duty.
The most chilling tales come from those who've seen apparitions in full naval uniform, fading in and out between the masts. One of the ship's most famous ghosts is said to be a sailor who was executed for desertion. People claim he walks the lower deck at night, still chained in ghostly irons. Historians acknowledge that life on the Constellation was harsh, especially during wartime. The brig held prisoners, some of whom died in confinement. It's these spirits, many believe, who remain. During overnight tours, guests have woken to feel hands pressing on their shoulders or to hear whispered orders in their ears, despite being alone. Today, the USS Constellation is open as a museum.
I saw him just now, on the deck.
But the stories haven't stopped. Ghost hunters visit regularly, hoping to capture proof of what so many have seen. And whether you believe in spirits or not, there's no denying that this ship holds a presence beyond the living. Number 3. Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste is one of the most puzzling maritime mysteries in American history. Built in 1861 and registered in New York, she set sail in November 1872, bound for Italy. A month later, she was found drifting in the Atlantic with no crew aboard. The ship was completely intact, cargo untouched, and meals half-eaten on the table. But the crew had vanished, leaving no clue behind.
They're gone. All gone.
Speculation swirled for years. Piracy, mutiny, a seaquake, or even something stranger. But the biggest twist came after. Despite being recovered and reused, every future owner of the Mary Celeste suffered disaster.
It's coming. They are coming.
Some ships caught fire, others ran aground, and one captain died under mysterious circumstances. Sailors began to believe the ship was cursed, and in 1885, her final owner deliberately wrecked her in Haiti for insurance money. But the ghostly part of the tale lingers. Some say on certain foggy nights off the East Coast, a silent brig with torn sails appears, then vanishes when approached. Sailors speak of seeing lights flicker below deck and hearing ghostly shouting echo across calm seas. It's always a two-masted ship, moving with no wind and no crew. Number 4. Jose Gaspar's Ghost Galleon. Off the warm shores of Florida, locals speak of a phantom ship said to belong to the notorious pirate Jose Gaspar, or Gasparilla. A Spanish noble turned rogue, Gaspar is rumored to have terrorized the Gulf of Mexico in the late 1700s, plundering ships and hiding treasure along the coast.
Gaspar.
When cornered by the U.S. Navy, he allegedly wrapped himself in anchor chains and leapt into the sea, choosing death over capture. But that's not where the story ends. Fishermen and sailors have long reported eerie sightings off the coast near Charlotte Harbor, especially during stormy nights. A black-sailed galleon, silent and glowing faintly, drifts across the waves before vanishing into the mist. No crew is ever visible, but a shadowy figure, believed to be Gaspar himself, is sometimes seen standing on the deck, scanning the horizon for ships to plunder. Legend says the ghost ship appears near Gasparilla Island, especially during the annual pirate festival. Some believe it's his cursed soul, doomed to sail forever in search of the treasure he never spent. Others claim hearing cannon fire echo across calm waters when no other ships are near. Though historians question how much of Gaspar's tale is fact, the sightings of his ghostly galleon persist. In Florida folklore, Jose Gaspar never truly died. He simply sails on, forever lost in the fog of his own legend. Number 5. USS Olympia. Moored at the Independence Seaport Museum in Philadelphia, the USS Olympia looks like a proud relic of the past. This steel warship served during the Spanish-American War and famously brought home the body of the unknown soldier in 1921. But beneath her decks, whispers echo of sailors who never truly left. Over the years, staff and visitors have reported odd happenings aboard the ship. Doors slam shut with no wind, ghostly footsteps echo through empty corridors, and the sudden smell of gunpowder fills the air. Some have even claimed to see the figure of a young sailor in an old Navy uniform, standing silently in the mess hall or disappearing through solid steel walls. One chilling tale involves the ship's brig, where a sailor once took his own life.
Who's there? Please come out.
Today, people say the temperature drops sharply in that cell, and strange tapping sounds are heard when no one is inside. Paranormal investigators have recorded unexplained voices calling out naval commands as if drills still echo through time. Though now retired, the USS Olympia remains active in another way. Through the spirits of its past, its legacy is one of service and honor, but its lingering presence reminds visitors that some duty may never end, not even in death. Number 6. SS Bannockburn. Often called the Flying Dutchman of the Great Lakes, the SS Bannockburn vanished without a trace in November 1902. A steel freighter bound for Ontario, she was last seen sailing through rough weather on Lake Superior. No distress signal was ever received, and not a single crew member or piece of wreckage was ever found. From that day forward, the Bannockburn became a ghost ship of legend.
What is that? What is happening?
Captains and crew have sworn to spotting her over the years. She appears suddenly on radar or through the fog, then disappears without a ripple. Her silhouette is unmistakable, long, low, and gliding too fast through the water. Some believe she tries to warn other ships of the same fate.
Mayday. Mayday. Please help.
While others say she's simply repeating her final voyage over and over again. Sailors call her a bad omen. Several ships have reportedly changed course after seeing her, only to later learn they avoided rough weather or mechanical failure. There are even stories of voices heard over ship radios, garbled, desperate cries in old maritime English that vanish as quickly as they come. Number 7. Eliza Battle. In the quiet waters of the Tombigbee River, stories still ripple about the Eliza Battle, a grand riverboat that met a fiery end in 1858. It was once the pride of Alabama's steamboat travel, elegant and fast, carrying cotton and passengers along the riverbanks.
Help us! Please! Someone!
But one cold March night, disaster struck when a spark from the engine caught the cotton cargo ablaze, turning the steamboat into a floating firestorm. Dozens perished in the icy water or were lost in the flames. Many never recovered. The tragedy became one of the most horrifying riverboat disasters in Southern history. Survivors recalled screams over the water and the bright orange glow disappearing into the night.
She's still sailing. I have seen her around.
But the Eliza Battle didn't vanish completely. For over a century, river workers and locals have reported seeing a glowing steamboat silently sailing the Tombigbee during late winter nights. Some say they hear music and laughter, as if the ghostly ship is frozen in its final party before disaster struck. Today, barge captains still tell newcomers to keep an eye on the water. The Eliza Battle, they say, sails on not for revenge, but as a reminder. A beautiful vessel once full of life, now a drifting spirit that glows just long enough to chill your bones. Number 8. Palatine Light. Off the rocky shores of Block Island, Rhode Island, there's a winter light that chills even seasoned sailors. Known as the Palatine Light, it's tied to the tragic wreck of the Princess Augusta.
But it's so cold.
Cold, hungry, and desperate, the passengers, many of whom had already died from illness, were left to fate when the ship broke apart on the coast. Local legend says that instead of helping, some islanders may have looted the wreck. Survivors reportedly watched from shore as the burning remains of the ship were pushed back out to sea. Over time, rumors spread of cries echoing in the wind and a fiery ship appearing in the fog every December. The haunting was so strong, locals began calling it the Palatine Light.
There it is, the light. We need to leave this place.
For generations, islanders have seen the light dance along the waves, sometimes just a flicker, other times a full ship aglow in flames. The event was even recorded in historical texts.
Something. It's burning out there. It doesn't look natural.
Even today, when December storms roll in, folks on Block Island still glance out to sea. Some swear they see the Princess Augusta, warning others not to repeat history. Number 9. Erie Board of Trade. In the early 1830s, the Erie Board of Trade was one of many schooners working Lake Erie's booming cargo routes. One icy night, the vessel disappeared during a snowstorm near Cleveland, never arriving at port. All hands were lost, and no wreckage was found.
We're lost. We don't know what to do.
But what made the story eerie were the sightings that followed in the years ahead, accounts that would give Lake Erie its own ghost ship. Fishermen and sailors reported seeing a strange three-masted ship on stormy nights, its sails billowed but silent, gliding without leaving a wake.
They're here! I just saw them out there!
More chilling, some claim to see its crew, soaked, pale figures frozen in place, as if stuck in the moment they died. One popular tale tells of a ship captain in the late 1800s who tried to signal the ghost ship. As it came closer, he realized the crew didn't move, not even to wave or shout. The ship passed through his own, leaving frost on the wood and silence in the air. His logbook recorded the experience in detail, and his crew never sailed the lake again. Lake Erie has taken many ships, but few return the way the Erie Board of Trade does. Its legend drifts between folklore and reality, always tied to nights when the weather turns. Number 10. Carol A. Deering. In January 1921, the five-masted schooner Carol A. Deering was found wrecked on the Diamond Shoals near Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. The ship looked eerie, her sails torn, meals left untouched, and lifeboats missing. The entire crew had vanished without a trace.
The crew. They're gone.
There was no struggle, no distress signal, and no explanation. Built in 1919, the Deering had just completed a run to South America and was returning to Virginia. But somewhere along the way, something strange happened.
Turn back.
We have to turn back.
Reports claim the crew behaved oddly in its final days. Theories range from pirates and mutiny to hurricanes, or even supernatural forces. Locals say on stormy nights, you can spot a ghostly schooner drifting near the same waters where the Deering ran aground.
That place is a graveyard.
Some swear they hear ghostly voices on the wind, crying out from the sea. To this day, the Carroll A. Deering remains one of America's greatest maritime mysteries. The wreck was eventually destroyed by the government, but the story and its ghosts live on. Number 11. USS Hornet. The USS Hornet is a proud World War II aircraft carrier that helped win key battles in the Pacific. But behind its heroic history lies a haunted past. More than 300 sailors died aboard over the years, some in battle, others from tragic accidents or unexplained events. Today, the ship is docked in Alameda, California, and many believe not all who served have left. Visitors report footsteps echoing through empty corridors, shadows that move on their own, and voices whispering when no one's around. One chilling story comes from a maintenance worker who saw a full-body apparition in a Navy uniform disappear into a sealed room. He refused to return to that part of the ship. The Hornet's sickbay is especially active, with cold spots and medical tools clinking on their own. Tour guides have even heard old alarms go off without warning. Some believe these are echoes of the ship's long service, memories replaying themselves like a loop. Now a museum, the USS Hornet draws tourists and ghost hunters alike. Whether you're there for history or haunting, one thing's for sure: something still walks the decks. They say the brave never truly leave their posts, and the Hornet's crew might be proof of that. Number 12. RMS Queen Mary. After serving as a troop ship in World War II, her history took a darker turn. Dozens died aboard due to war accidents, illness, and mysterious mishaps, and many say their spirits never left. One of the most chilling spots is the old swimming pool, where guests report hearing splashes and laughter, though no water has filled it in decades. Others claim to have seen a young girl in 1930s-style clothes, standing near the stairs, vanishing when approached. The engine room is also haunted, especially near Door 13, where a crewman was crushed and later seen as a figure in greasy overalls. While docked permanently in Long Beach, California, the Queen Mary has become one of the most haunted places in America.
Did you hear that? Hello?
Her long halls echo with sounds that can't be explained: footsteps, piano notes, and doors creaking open on their own. Some staff even refuse to walk certain corridors alone. Today, the Queen Mary operates as a hotel and museum, but many visitors leave with chilling stories. Whether it's the spirits of soldiers, lost passengers, or something older, the Queen still carries more than just memories across the water.
If you enjoy this video, please click the like button.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
See you in the next one.